back at it again. All praise to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem. I'm going live. I want to just talk about this is as it relates to Terence Crawford. Why did Terence Crawford win? And is he better than Floyd Mayweather? Why did Terence Crawford win? What did he do to win? And is he better than Terence Crawford? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, it was a decent boxing match this past weekend, Saturday. So I'm coming on here just to talk about it, go live, get some back and forth. I know a lot of you guys like Canelo. Canelo did his job, and kudos to him for accepting the match. Let me know if the microphone is good. Let me know if the microphone good. Okay, that y'all can hear me clearly because I have to use something different than what I normally use. Okay. But anyway, what did Terence Crawford do that caused him to win the boxing match? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. What did Terence Crawford do that caused him to win the match? That caused him to win the match. Did you watch it on Netflix? They said it was over, if my memory served me correctly, when I was watching, it was over 70,000 plus that attended. That's some good numbers. That's some good numbers. I'm trying to log into the chat so I can be able to go back and forth with you when you drop comments in the chat. But I want to know what you think. What you think? Come on, talk to me. Okay. What did Terence Crawford do? What did Bud do that separated him from Canelo? All the way up to the fight, a lot of people thought that Canelo was going to win. A lot of people thought that. So I want to know, what did he do? Yeah, some damn demon on there. Okay, talk about you a little soft. No, you soft. That's what soft people do. Hide behind the camera, go in comments and want to be hard. But whatever the case, what did Terence do that caused him to win? I want to know what you think. And is he better than Floyd Mayweather? Is he better than Floyd Mayweather? I know a lot of people rooting for Terence Crawford, and he is that guy. He's the guy right now. He's the GOAT of this era right now. Make no mistake about it. He's the GOAT. Okay? He's the GOAT, and we're going to talk about it. What did Terence Crawford do that put him in a position to win? What did he do? Huh? Talk to me. Now, some things that I noticed that Terence Crawford did that separated him from Canelo, that put him in position to win. There's a few things I noticed. Now, I'm not a boxing expert. By no means. I'm a boxing expert. Okay? Yeah, my daddy put us in boxing and class and whatever when we was growing up. So we know how to hold our own. So don't think 1 minute that we not like that. Okay? But simple as this. Terence Crawford. I know a lot of y'all want to come on and say he did this and this and that. This is the simple reason why he won. Terence Crawford hit Canelo more than Canelo hit him. It's as simple as that. Terence Crawford hit Canelo more than Canelo hit him. That's why he won. See, a lot of you guys don't understand it. I know a lot of guys talk about it was a boring match. And to their point, it was. In my personal humble opinion, it was kind of boring. Terence Crawford, he was running, he was jigging. He didn't stand toe and toe with Canelo, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people mad that the fight didn't go Canelo way, that they didn't exchange like they wanted to see, and it was no blood fest like they wanted to see. Boxing is about skills. Boxing is about technique. And at the end of the day, if you hit your opponent more than they hit you without them knocking you out, you're going to win. As simple as that. You're going to win. Okay? So Canelo won because Terence Crawford won because he hit Canelo more than Canelo hit him, man. It's just as simple as that. And Crawford had accuracy. See, Canelo was in there trying to get one big punch off to knock Crawford out. No, it's not going to work like that with Terence Crawford. He's too skilled. He's like a surgeon in there in that ring. So because he that way, you can't come in there looking for a one-punch knockout with Terence Crawford. And at the end of the day, dealing with somebody like Crawford, he's going to rack up points against you if he don't knock you out. He's going to rack up points. So he hit Canelo more than Canelo hit him. That's why he won. Point blank. Now, the second reason Terence Crawford won, Terence was more technical. He was more technical. Canelo tried to pressure him to throw him off his square, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all. He was more technical, and he was picking his spots. And when the opportunity afforded itself, Terence used some combos to throw Canelo off, right? And he used different angles to throw Canelo off. And that caused Canelo to be frustrated. It frustrated Canelo. He couldn't get to Crawford the way he wanted because Crawford used technique. It takes technique to be able to expose your opponent in the ring. And when Canelo was exposed by him using his technique, using combos, using different angles, showing him different angles, right? It caused Canelo to get frustrated big time. So that's why he kept hunting Crawford, pressuring Crawford, trying to find something, but he couldn't. Because Crawford kept showing him different angles. Oh, you think I got you right? No, you don't got me right here. No. You think you got me in the corner? Pop! Pick your spot. Pick your shot. Oh, you think you got me in the corner over here? Pop! Sometimes I give him a combo. Boop, boop, boop. I'm out of there. And it was frustrating Canelo. You can see it. It was frustrating. It was frustrating the hell out of Canelo because Canelo couldn't get to him the way he wanted to get to him. Okay? And now there's a post. Let me address this. Right? There's a post where, because after the match was over, I just turned it off. It wasn't much more for me to watch. But I guess in the conference, the post-conference, Terence Crawford said he'd been hit harder by other people. Now, that's an understatement. Let's be real. That's an understatement. In my personal opinion, the reason why Terence Crawford did not feel Canelo power, because he was able to nullify it with his technique. He was able to nullify Canelo power with his technique. He never got hit with a strong, hard, clean punch from Canelo. Yeah, Canelo hit him with a straight right. But if you watch the match, that straight right, Crawford was at the end of that reach. He was at the end of that reach because, like I said, his technique. He didn't really get hit with a good shot from Canelo. So for him to say that he been hit harder by other people than Canelo, that's an understatement. Okay? You go back and watch it. That's an understatement. Canelo never really got in a good, hard punch. And that's to, like I said, Terence Crawford credit. He was technical enough. Now, the third reason why, which Canelo was thinking in his head, the third reason why Terence Crawford won. Canelo was banking on the fact or his reality that Terence Crawford was not going to be able to compete with endurance at that weight. He was banking on that. But Terence Crawford endurance proved big time in that match. Now, this is what you got to understand. Canelo, that's the weight he fights at. That's the weight he's comfortable at. That's the weight he normally fights at. Terence Crawford had to move up in weight. So Canelo was banking on that. But Terence Crawford, he conditioned himself. He trained so that when he got to the fight, when the fight was carrying on, going on, round and round, he proved to Canelo that he was able to match his energy at that weight. Crawford didn't get tired. Huh? He didn't gas out. He was able to compete with the same energy at that weight, moving up a couple class to that weight with Canelo. And this had an impact on Canelo's psyche in the boxing match. It did. Because he thought, I'd be able to lay on him. I'd be able to grab him and wrestle with him and tire him out and wear him down. It didn't work. It didn't work. So that go to show you that Crawford really wanted to win this match. He did his job. He conditioned. He trained like he supposed to have trained. He didn't gas out at all. Didn't gas out at all. And so because of that, Canelo knew he was in for a long night. He knew he was in. What up, P. Diddy? Whatever, man. He knew he was in for a long night, man. A long night. And another thing with Terence Crawford, he had enough sense to win the early rounds. He had enough sense to win the early rounds, man. The early rounds. And so when he began to rack up points in the early round, if Crawford was scared, in my personal opinion, I don't think he was scared before the fight, but if he was scared because he was able to have success in the early rounds, that gave him momentum. That gave him success in the middle rounds and in the later rounds. So because he was able to come out right away and have success against Canelo at that weight, that gave him momentum. That built his confidence. And he started seeing it. He started taunting. He started making fun. He started picking with Canelo during the match, smiling at him, laughing at him, sticking his tongue out. Because his confidence began to grow round by round by round. While Canelo was getting more and more and more frustrated. Okay? And you know what happened? You can come in there with a game plan, but sometimes with a lot of fighters, no matter how good they are, when they get hit, that game plan go out the window. And when Terence Crawford was able to touch Canelo as much as he was able to touch him and continue to have success, it made Canelo like lose whatever game plan he had. It went out the window. He just kept pressing. I got to get him. I got to get him. And they said he was even saying, come on, let's trade with me. No. You're not about to make me move off my game plan. Crawford was very disciplined. He was very disciplined. He didn't let nothing Canelo do push him off of his game plan. He stayed the course. He was hungry. Okay? And I think, let me pin a point right here. This is the problem with a lot of people, especially our people. They're not hungry enough. Not hungry. If we can learn anything from Terence Crawford, we ought to be putting in the work, get on the grind, moving in our purpose, and be hungry. A lot of our people are not hungry enough. They sit back, play video games. They sit back like some of these guys up here want to comment when they could be doing what they need to be doing. Moving in their purpose, right? Okay? He was disciplined. And when you're disciplined and committed to the cause, you can't help but be great, man. You can't help but win. You can't help but overcome. You can't help but be victorious. Another thing, which I just mentioned, Crawford stayed composed. He stayed composed to the whole fight. Stayed composed to the whole fight. All right? It should be on Netflix, my man. It should be on Netflix. Okay? He stayed composed the whole fight. And that's how we got to be in life. We got to be composed no matter what's going on. We got to be composed. Composed. Even though Canelo pressured him round after round, he didn't lose his composure. He stayed technical. He stayed true to himself. He stayed committed. He stayed disciplined. And that gave him the ability to overcome whatever came his way in the ring. In the ring. He didn't get emotional, because a lot of our guys, especially in the black community, man, I hate to be this way, a lot of our people is emotional now. I never seen such a time like this where everybody wear their feelings on their sleeve. Where everybody is emotional. Huh? I never seen a time like everybody's sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. Where's the real man at? Where the real man at? We can learn something from Terence Crawford. He was composed. He didn't get emotional. He didn't get in his feelings. He stayed composed. Where are the guys that, no matter what going on, no matter what's happening, keep their composure? In this life, you got to keep your composure no matter what, man. You got to keep your composure. You can't get in your feelings. That's female energy. That's feminine energy. You can't get in your emotions. You can't be making decisions based off of your emotions. That's female energy. What's up, ATC12? What up? Thanks for tuning in. Thank everybody for tuning in. All right? You can't get emotional, man. No, man. You can't let these people move you off of your square. You got to stay true to yourself. You got to stay disciplined. You got to have confidence in yourself, even when nobody around you have confidence. You got to believe in yourself when nobody else believes in yourself. And Terence Crawford, all the way up to the fight, he kept proving that he believed in himself. He kept showing that he believed in himself. He got in the ring, want to prove doubters wrong. Want to prove doubters. Some of y'all guys, y'all be like, he talking about me. They do me like this. This happened to me. And I can't get a break. And I mean, stop it. Be a man. Be a man. You know, with all the people that talk about me, with all the people that come out against me, huh? When all the people try to do, you think I don't got a reason to break? You don't think you got a reason to break? You don't think you got a reason to give up? You don't think you got a reason to have doubt and not believe in yourself? No, you got to keep believing in yourself. You got to stay composed through it all. And Terence Crawford in the ring, he kept his composure through it all, man. Through it all. And when he went back to this corner after the round was over, you saw it on his face. His daddy come, I think that's his daddy. Daddy came and talked to him, you all right? You feel good? He's like, I'm good. I'm good. Like in the third, fourth round, he knew he had the fight in the bag. He already knew, listen, nothing to worry about. I'm good. I'm composed. I'm composed. And some of you guys, man, you need to keep your composure, man. Stop getting your feelings. Stop being emotional. Stop it. Wake up. Be a man. Be a man. If you tell yourself, I'm going to be a man regardless of what's going on, I'm not going to lose my masculine frame. See, a lot of you guys, you lose your masculine frame. That's why people don't respect you. That's why women don't respect you. You lose your masculine frame. You can't be doing that. You have to be a man at all times, no matter what this society say. No matter what the matrix say, no matter what people in your job, you have to be a man at all times. You hear me? And you got to believe in yourself. Terence Crawford, he believed in himself at all times. Another thing I know about Terence Crawford, he established his jab early. He established his jab early. Canelo, he's not the type that jab. So when he get in the ring with a real boxer, like he did with Mayweather. When you get in the ring with a real boxer who know how to utilize their jab, who know how to use their jab as a place finder, he struggled. And Crawford established his jab right off the bat. Right off the bat. And with that jab, watch this, with that jab, he was able to counter Canelo, which made him even more frustrated. And we can learn a point from that. In life, when stuff happens, we got to know how to counterattack it. We need to know how to maneuver. We need to know how to bounce back. That's what we need to know how to do. So it was a good boxing match. It's a good boxing match. Terence Crawford is the GOAT of this era. He is the LeBron James of this era. Y'all hear me? He is the LeBron James of this era. Now, the second part of the title, is he better than Floyd Mayweather? In my personal opinion, you can get mad at me. I don't think he's better than Mayweather. I don't. Is he up there with Mayweather? Yes. He's up there with Mayweather. But I don't think he's better than Mayweather yet. When you look at the pedigree of the people Mayweather fought, from Pacquiao, Shane Mosley, Marquez, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton. I mean, Floyd Mayweather resume is impeccable. Zab Judah? Huh? Arturo, I may not be pronouncing the name right. Gotti? Look at the people. Excuse me. Look at the people he fought. Andre Bertle. Floyd had more Hall of Famers that he defeated compared to Terence Crawford. And this is not to take nothing away from Bud. But in comparison to Floyd Mayweather, he's up there. But I don't think he's topping Mayweather yet. Once he build up that resume with top fighters, yes. Because remember, Floyd beat Canelo too. Okay? And I hear a lot of y'all. Floyd didn't wait to fight people until they was on the downside. Well, as you listen to people in the boxing that's into boxing, they're telling you the same thing. Terence Crawford didn't wait to fight Canelo until he was at the end of his. Let's be real, Canelo at the end of his career. He on the downside. He didn't start calling Canelo out until this past 3 or 4 years. After he started seeing that Canelo was missing a step. When Triple G, let's be real, when Triple G gave the blueprint in how to defeat Canelo at this time of his life. So he didn't start calling out Canelo when Canelo was really at the prime of his career. No, he waited till now. And Canelo's really, just not to take nothing away from him, he's really a shell of himself, and people in boxing know. Like they said, the past 3 fights Canelo been in, it has been shown that he's on the decline. It's been shown. So he caught Canelo at the right time. Floyd beat Canelo at a different dispensation of Canelo's career. Okay, so don't be talking about Mayweather fought everybody. He ran and ducked people. In reality, Crawford did the same thing. I'm not taking nothing from Bud at all. The boy is great. He's the coldest at his time. I'm not taking nothing from him. Even with Errol Spence, let's keep it a buck. Like y'all like to say, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Even with Errol Spence was only a shell of who he used to be before both of them car accidents. Come on, let's be real. Y'all in the chat, come on, let's be real. Terence Crawford beat a different Errol Spence. He didn't beat the top gun, pound for pound Errol Spence. He beat a weakened Errol Spence who been in a car accident, major car accidents, who was only a shell of himself. That's the Errol Spence he beat. He didn't beat the pound for pound. So don't try to take nothing from Mayweather, talk about he beat people at the end of their career. Terence Crawford caught Errol Spence at a good time, and he caught Canelo at a good time. But if you look at Mayweather, pedigree of people he fought, and I forgot about Oscar De La Hoya, okay? He beat him too. If you look at the pedigree of who Mayweather fought, he still is topping Bud quite some ways. Quite some ways. All right, because Floyd Mayweather, his resume go deep, and it's proven. He got far more greater names that he defeated than Bud Crawford right now. And this is not to take nothing away from Bud Crawford. Mayweather built the empire. Crawford is walking into it. That's the difference. Mayweather built the empire. Crawford is walking into the empire. This is what y'all got to understand. Another thing, why it just came to me, another thing is Mayweather mindset is totally different from Crawford. What you mean by that, Kuttah Smoking Truth? Mayweather, hear me out. Mayweather mindset is different in the aspect he don't care who like him. That what brought him riches. That what enabled him to build an empire. Mayweather was willing to be a villain. Crawford, he want to be liked by everybody. He's so focused on proving everybody, no. Mayweather was like, I don't give a F. I be the villain. And that's what drew the crowds out. Because let's be real, and it's not a race thing, but let's be real. When you got a so-called black man that's at the top of any type of sports, America wants to see that person lose. America want to see that person lose. Even your own people. You can come on and talk back to me. And people came out, and Mayweather was able to capitalize off of it. He didn't want to be liked by everybody. He wasn't humble like everybody. Okay? Yeah, Mayweather was arrogant. Yeah, I give that to him. Okay? It's not a good thing to be about, but he was arrogant. But that arrogance and that mindset he had drew everybody out to come watch him because everybody wanted to see Mayweather lose. That's what they wanted to see. So he was able to capitalize off being a villain because people wanted to see him lose. Because, like I said, I reiterate, I restate, when you're a so-called black person in this place called America, when you are at the top of your game, this place wants to see you lose. Even your own people. You know how many Mayweather own people wanted to see him lose? See him retire with a stain on his record? One thing that could be appreciated from this past Saturday is the Mexicans were still by Canelo's side, even though he lost. They still rooted him on. They didn't turn their back on Canelo. But as soon as we lose, boy, I can't stand that ninja. You know how we be. That ninja ought to lose. I knew he was going to lose. He weak, he soft, he whack anyway. You know how people are. Okay? But Floyd Mayweather, he embraced it. And because he embraced it, that made him a billionaire. That made him a billionaire. If Crawford get out there and had the same mentality and approach to boxing the way Mayweather, listen, Crawford will retire a billionaire because people will really come out and watch him just to see him lose. You see, sometimes you got to embrace being a bad guy. We're the bad guy anyway. Unfortunately, I hate to bust some of y'all bubble. We are the bad guy anyway. Okay, it go deeper. It got some spiritual connotation to it. It got some biblical connotation to it. I'm not going to go into it because this is not what this live is about. It's about boxing, okay? And again, I'm not an expert in boxing. I'm just showing you what was shown to me, the points that I was given, the insight that I was given. I'm just sharing it with you, okay? But anyway, when you embrace being the bad guy, y'all have to understand publicity, no matter if it's good or bad, all of it's good for your brand. Okay? And this is what Mayweather did to become a billionaire. So if Bud Crawford get out there and really be arrogant with his skills, his talent, his gift, and really get out there and be overly confident with his skill, his talent, and remove some of the humility, because I do like that about Bud Crawford. He is a very humble person. But if he removes some of that, he will shoot up to being a billionaire right away because everybody will want to come out and see him lose, even his own people. We need to take a page out of the Mexicans, out of the fans of Canelo. When Canelo took that mic after he lost, they didn't give a damn he lost. Not at all. We still behind you, Canelo. You still our guy, no matter what happened. No matter what happened. We need to take a page out of that book and stand with one another. Stop being so divided. Stop being haters. Stop being haters. Don't hate on the next person. Get up off your ass and do something. Don't hate on the next man. Get up off your ass and do something. Don't hate on the next woman. Get up off your ass and do something. That's all you got to do. If you spend more time grinding, if you spend more time trying to find out what your passion in life, if you spend more time trying to move in your purpose, if you spend more time trying to build that business, if you spend more time trying to educate yourself, if you spend more time trying to build up your body in the gym, more than spending time on being a natural born hater on your own people, you will be successful. People will talk about you, all right? But the only time people talk about you, they talk about you being a hater. That's the only time they talk about you, being a hater. Your name is go down in history as being a hater. When you die, people are going to remember you as a hater. They ain't going to show you no love. Oh, he dead? He was a hater anyway. And this is what a lot of you guys, a lot of you women need to understand. I hate to be so harsh right here. When you die, because you're going to die, when you die, people is only going to remember you as a freaking hater. All the time you spent hating on somebody, you could have used that energy and effort to build. You spent all of your life being a hater. All of your life. Being a hater. Being a hater. You go to work and the rest of the time you spent, because you even hate at work, you go to work, the rest of the time you have is being a hater. What's wrong with your psychosis? What the hell wrong with you, man? Huh? What the hell wrong with you? And you wonder why nobody come out and support me. Nobody come out and help me. Nobody come out and be by my side. You're a hater. Stop it. Stop hating. Stop hating. It's enough. Get out of this mindset that America got us in. And I don't know why I got here, but since I'm here, I'm dealing with. Get out of this mindset that America got us. Get a piece of the pie. That's more than a pie to go around, man. That's more than, yes, that's right. That's misdirected energy. That's more than enough to go around. You don't have to hate. You don't have to keep the next person got. See, a lot of you so-called black men, I'm speaking to you brothers now. The only way you look good, hear me loud and clear, the only way you look good is by trying to dim somebody else's light. You hear me? Trying to deal, what's up, man? Trying to dim somebody else's light. That's the only way you look good. You mean to tell me I gotta dim the next man's light in order for mine to shine? You gotta dim the next man, the next woman light in order for you to shine? You trash. You're trash. And the universe is waiting to throw you in the ultimate trash of your grave because you're trash. I hate to be so harsh, okay? But dealing with the boxing match, that's something we can learn from the Mexicans. They supported Canelo even in his defeat. They didn't hate on him. They was there still rallying behind him, okay? But yeah, man, Bud Crawford did his thing. If y'all got Netflix, go watch it. Go watch it. Now, this I'm going to say, I know it may sound a little contradiction to what I said early on in the life. Okay? Yeah. This I'm going to say. In boxing, this just my opinion. This is just my opinion. When there's a championship fight, I believe that they should put more on the line than what they're doing. And this go back to the judges. The judges need to start judging a little harshly towards the person that's going against the champ. Just going against it. against the champ. And the reason why I say that, it will make the contender get out there and push harder. Okay, because back in the day, in Ali and them days, you had to go out and damn near kill the champion in order for you to win. If you didn't knock him out, you had to literally beat him up. And I know that, and I'm an advocate for the scripture. I know the scripture over there in Idris, I believe chapter 15 says that the world is getting weaker and weaker. I know we living in a weaker age and everybody want to play it safe, but I do think in a championship bout, when the heavyweight champion, the middleweight champion, whatever the case may be, I think that you ought to put more effort in beating the champion in order to win the belt if it go to the scorecard cards. But outside of that, people want to see a knockout. That's simple as that. People want to see somebody get their head knocked off. Somebody want to see somebody get knocked out the ring. Want to see somebody get straight KO. But right now, as it relates to the little men in the boxing world, Canelo is the GOAT. And in the heavyweight division, Usyk, he is the GOAT. Okay? Terence Crawford is LeBron James right now. But in my opinion, Mayweather is the Jordan of boxing. He's the Jordan. But Crawford is LeBron James. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in, man. I hope something was said that encouraged you, empower you, the lessons, the insight to make you look at life from a different perspective. And at the end of the day, man, y'all stop being haters. Stop being haters. Stop being haters. That's why you're not being blessed. That's why nothing ever happened for you. That's why you miss an opportunity. Stop being haters. Stop hating on your own people. All right? Peace.